believe that I taught social studies for a really long time without knowing what SACs are. So SACs being structured academic conversation. So I've never used one as a teacher, but as a coach, I learned about this and said, oh, wow, this is interesting. So in case you are a person who does debates or kind of wants to do debates, but wants to do it in like a less intense way where we have to assign sides or we have to be in this and we want a little bit more of like listening to the other side or trying to understand what the other position may hold, this could be a valuable structure. So we're going to check out not just the structure, but also a worksheet that you could use to support students to engage in a SAC. Okay, so here is some context on what a structured academic controversy is and what you would need to do. So it has some instructions for the teacher, right? You need to prepare, you need to make groups, you need to have people read positions, right? Different positions, and then plan their presentations. Basically, one side's going to present, the other side is going to present, and then they're going to switch, and then they're going to duplicate. So once we have done all of those things, then we're actually going to dissolve the pairings or the groupings, and we're going to come to consensus. Here is what the worksheet looks like. So we have the kind of the issue, who are the team members or the pairing or the group that is going to be for the position, against the position, and just a space for them to take some notes. So facts, stakeholders, and their primary concerns. So really thinking about the stakeholders involved in this position and what their needs, or I would even argue to write values on here are, and then what are these main arguments, both for and against, listing possible solutions. So we get to be a little brainstormy here and creative, using that civic imagination, and then we try to... SACs or structured academic controversies are going to be more of a debate, but they're more listening and like trying to seek to understand and use civic imagination than a typical debate. And I think that's really important. If you are interested in further kind of thinking about how we do student-led discourse, we are going to link to not just this resource, which we will, but also to our Time for Teachership podcast page where we have a best of section that just talks about student-led discourse and has a variety of amazing guests and guest wisdom there. So go ahead and check it out and subscribe because we're going to have a lot more discourse themed episodes coming up.